Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, my name's cScot, and we're back today on FTB's OceanBlock. Hey, today we're going to show off this great, beautiful building that we just built, as always, and we're going to do a little time lapse. And then we're going to create the most OP, massive power producing thing I think I've ever seen in Minecraft, minus some big reactors. But this thing's crazy, so stay tuned. Let's get this thing started. Well, let's get the day started here. So, first off, you already saw our brand new building. Amazing, lots of fun to build. So let's go take a quick look at the outside of that, because on the inside of that, we're going to do all the power plant stuff that we've got over here. But this building was a lot of fun to do. And then the inspiration was taken from some guys in England. And so I'll link in kind of at least their Twitter feed of what they showed, but we had to make it our own, so we had to change it up a bit. But yeah, look at this thing. It's huge, by the way. It's like 15 or 20 foot blocks high. It feels really weird, but the space feels really, really good. I really have enjoyed that. So little crane off the front, just kind of picking up the crates, and we redid the pathway. So you got stone, gravel, stone bricks, cobblestone. Little light action, right? Kind of mimicking a crane, if you kind of notice that, or if you look at the crane that we have on the backside way over there, just kind of mimicking that. I thought it was a neat, kind of a neat way to kind of maybe bring that design element kind of into here. So yeah, and just rework this, threw some trapdoors down here to kind of break it up, and dropped in a little crack stone, and what do we call them here? I get some of that over here. Some mossy cobblestone bricks down in there too. So yeah, so this is kind of what I was really hoping it would start to feel like, and I'm really enjoying that. I love the look of it and whatnot. All right, so let's get to the real thing today, and that is the massive power that we're going to build out. And I've started building this out because it's huge. It's huge. It took me like 6 to 8 hours to craft all the crap to go into this, because I'm real slow, by the way. So if you notice there's not been videos, it's because I've been crafting. I've been crafting a ton of stuff here. But in here is what we're going to do. And we're going to go ahead and try to use these gas burning generators and burn some potatoes. And so we're going to call it the potato, and we're going to burn them. The idea here is we're going to have upwards of 24 of these gas burning machines in here. And so, yeah, that's the plan, and that's what we're going to do. So let's set up at least the first portion of it here. I've got that set, and we just do something like that. And let's grab out. I'm gonna need electronic separators, pressure, and the pressurized reaction chambers, and a bunch of other stuff. So, all right, so let's start on the back side over here, and I want the pressurized reaction chamber first. It's gonna go right here. I'm gonna set the spectrum, that thing right there, and I'm gonna set the crusher there. Okay, and then on the other side, we're going to do the same thing. So pressurized reaction chamber, yep, and the crusher, right? Okay, and then in the middle here, we're gonna leave a hole because guess what? This is where we're gonna put all this stuff. So I got some PIC cable that'll come underneath there, and it will run to other things. So pretty simple, yeah. And then we're gonna need, let's grab 3 tanks out of here. The tanks just basically go up here like this. Let's see if I can go over here. Oh, wrong way. How about I shift click it, you know? There we go. And I can go in there, and I can go in here. Come on. What? It doesn't like me. I guess not. All right. Well, I can solve that problem very easily here. Basically, we've been using scaffolding. Lots of scaffolding. If you didn't already see it, scaffolding has really been kind of our friend recently. So, come on. There we are. Perfect. See? And that just kind of goes in there. Okay. And then we're going to take 6 of these generators. Boom, 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 like this. And I want to turn, because when I place them, I want to have the power coming out the back. So power, and power. Oh, look at that. I actually made that work. I really didn't think I was going to. So, power is just like that. And then we'll do the other side on the other one. But first, I'm going to sleep here because I have yet to light this area up here. And it becomes the biggest, largest mob farm ever. There's nowhere else there's things to spawn, right? And that thing just goes nuts. So we get you a little sleep action in there just because. But when the things here now is that really what we want to do is like on this tank here, I want to set the stuff like the gas, right? The gas configuration. So it's going to come in from the bottom, right? And then nothing in the middle, nothing in there, nothing in the top. And then it's going to export output into left and right. So, and then I'm just going to do each one of these, you know, like that. So it's going to come in from the bottom, going to out, there. And then, oh, the only one different here is we're going to output to the top on that. So yeah, so we'll set all those, and then, you know, like in this chamber here. So power is going to come off the back side of it, and we'll hook all that up here in a second. But we're looking at items, right? So I want to pull an item because I got the crusher right beside us. So input the item there, all right, there, and man, everything's crazy. But that, no items are going anywhere. So, all right, the items, energy is coming in from the back. So input there. It's easy. Fluids now, I want fluids coming from the back, right? So, yeah, and then finally gases are coming from the right of us. So that one needs to be red, and that one's there, and we're going to output here. So just something like that, right? And those are all set, and then I'll go ahead and set the rest of these here too. So what that really does here is pulls everything in, shoots it up, and then it's going to help with these gas burning generators. So yeah, now I'm going to set this one up, and then we will hook the rest of it up here, and we're going to continue to use a couple new things that we're learning to play around with. I've never used a lot of XNet, but we're going to use that. Our logic cables, ladies and gentlemen, we've been pretty good with those. And so we're really trying to get into some mods that we haven't really ever used. And the cabling's one of them. So I'm going to set all this up, and then we're going to set the rest of this thing up and turn the dang thing on. And with that done, next we're going to hook up. So I crafted some of these energy interfaces, pretty simple, just an energy battery and some of our crystallized mineral trunk. Give us 4 of them, pretty simple, pretty easy. But we're going to go ahead and place those on the backs of each one of these. There we go, there, here, and here. And then, so this is just going to transfer electricity out of our generators and then move it easily. So Pretty simple. I'm kind of enjoying it. There we go. And it is something we've already learned about. So even better, right? There's that. And that will plug into our next system, which is XNet. So we're going to use some of these green connectors. And these are pretty simple to craft. It's just, you know, a chest, green dye, gold, and redstone. And we've really got a lot of, we're starting to get a fair amount of stuff, right? Because our thing's really working well. So this, I'm going to turn off up. I just right clicked on it, turns it up, and turn that off. Okay. And then there, that's it there. And then I want to go, I don't know if I can drop this here. There we go. So that now that goes to the bottom. And the idea here is we're going to go and pull this out, shove it into here. I'm a big fan of covering as much stuff up that I can. I really like to do that. So see, there we go. And now I just, there we go. Oh, this is cool, by the way. I'm holding shift and it's showing me the entire network. That's pretty stinking cool. I gotta say, I like that. Okay. And then we'll drop that there. Okay. All right. So, yep. Next, we're going to set up the last couple pieces of it. Now let's set this thing up here. So I've run our green network cable back up into here, and I've got a oak drawer with potatoes falling on top of it. I don't know if this is really needed, but we're going to do it anyways here because I like the theme, by the way. It may not really be necessary. But underneath here, I've got an inner tank with water because we're going to need water into our system. And I've dropped in a green connector here, a green network cable, and then the two connectors. So I think real quickly, so we don't fall in the hole here, let's do this, close this all up there. Now on this side here, let's go ahead and set our controller, XNet controller. And then next to that, I'm going to set an oak drawer on, well, I'd figure something out. You know, watch this. Boom. Real simple like that. Okay. And then I want to put this energized smelter right here. And on this side, I want to put this photogenic isolator. Okay, and I've updated this. It's got a lot of stuff in it. It's got reinforced integral components. It's got a cyclic processing and then two flux link amplifiers. It's going to be super, it's going to take a lot of water and a lot of other things in it. Okay. And then what we need to do is set this thing up. So this is going to configure to export to the left. So export enabled, and then that will export automatically to the left. And we can export automatically to the right also. Okay, for the potatoes. Okay, and then this here, our energized smelter stuff is going to come in from the right. And I want to turn all these off. Okay. Down actually is going to be output. So there we go. And come on. Okay. Everything else is off, right? Okay. This is going to be leave alone. And now we're going to mess with this thing. So I'm not the smartest with this, but I will say that there are some people out there that are. I'm going to set it up and we can kind of talk about it once I get it set up, but it's going to take quite a while, and I don't think you want to sit here for 35 to 40 minutes for me to set everything up here. I'll bring you back and we'll talk about it. All right, so basically I got the first stack up and running. Let me show you kind of what we did, and then I'll show you kind of how we're bringing them all online together. So the first one I started was this stack here. And you've got, so the kind of way this works is this photogenic isolator produces potatoes, okay? Makes potatoes, just keeps them going. But remember, you got to have this cyclical processing in there, and I've upgraded them. So as you can see here, it's a lot of usage out of it. And then this kicks it over to energized smelter, which actually then does nothing but turns into baked potatoes. Because if you look at the usage of baked potatoes in the crusher, you get you 7 out of those, 7 of the biofuel. So it's probably one of the better things you can get. This isn't really doing anything, and these guys here are really just going through. Okay, with the XNet stuff, again, I'm not the smartest guy with this, but at channel 1 I've got power. So I'm pulling power from the logic cables that we got, and then I'm pumping it in each of the machines that we got. Okay. And the next one is the items, and that's the actual potatoes going from the energized smelter to the different, well, first it's going to the oak drawers if need be, but it doesn't really need to be. Oh, that's pulling from there to there. Yeah, if need be. It's not needed really, because that other thing's kicking butt. But this one here is water, and so I'm pulling the fluid out of our ender tank, and I got that as a reward. And then so then it's putting it into like electrolyte into that thing, the separator, right? Yeah, and it's also put in the pressurized reaction chamber. On the 4-channel is actually where we're pulling, importing in all those baked potatoes. And if you look at this, I've got that kind of tagged out. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to come over, we're going to turn this one on here. So I'm at a 38 here. So what I'm going to come over here and do is come in here. And the first things first I want to do is everything with a 38 on power. I'm going to basically take this and I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste that as a 3640. So it's this one. I'm going to paste that, and then I'm going to paste here for the pressurized reaction chamber. So paste. Okay, so that's given power to all of those. So if we come over here and take a look, you'll notice that power is given. So over here it's not yet, right? Okay, and let's sleep real quick here because again, maybe not yet, but we got power into those now, right? Okay, so next thing is channel 2, don't really worry about. Channel 3, I'm not worried because I've already got the water. That wasn't hurting me. Channel 4, I want to take this crusher and I want to copy this and I want to put it in the 38 there and paste that. Okay, and so now you should start seeing, here in a second, we should start seeing some potatoes go into that. If I actually have set this right, and I don't. And so on the back is where my import is. Input, and then here we go. It should go there, 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 and there. Okay, so it's inputting in the back, and there you go. So you see that's working that way. And then the final thing is, as you can see, it's already working because it's got power, it's got work, and this already has it. Basically, probably what we have to do is come in here and tell it is input in. Okay, yeah, output to the back, and this actually probably needs to be told output eject on, and now it kicks in. So these two things, this is producing hydrogen, and we're just going to want to dump excess, and you can hear it's already kicking in. There you go. And these guys producing power, producing not power yet, because probably, let's check our tanks here. Okay, it should be blue, blue, red. Blue, 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 red again on this one. Never mind this. That needs to go away. And then up the top one, yeah, blue, blue. Okay, so, okay, these guys are producing power now. Awesome. This one will get there. It's just going to take some time. But if you look at it, I mean, like that's 380 RF per tick that the thing's creating. I mean, this thing's kicking it. All right. And then the final thing is just to move this substrate that's right here back over into this. And then I put on this avoid upgrades because at 32 stacks, I don't need much of it. So that's really kind of the system. I don't know how well I've explained it, but take a look at it here and look at how to use XNet. And between XNet and the integrated dynamics, and I got some flux plugs up in there, we're going to come up here and we're going to test this sucker out. Okay. One of the first things we're going to do is I went ahead and created this ultimate energy cube. So I got a whole lot of quest stuff for it. We're going to place it down. All right. And we're going to place a flux point, and we're going to put that on top of that. We're going to turn to the top and we're going to say input. And next, we're going to create our very first network. And yeah, so let's just call it Scott's network instead. So we will back this off, and just like that. Encrypted, private, public. We want private. I love the guys around here, but I've been doing some work to try to get my stuff. So I don't think they need to be still in power. I can tell them about it if need be, but there we go. All right, so it's got, oh, look at that. I wonder if I can edit that. Either way, oh, I guess we can. Yeah, look at that. Cool. All right, and apply. There we go. All right, so now we have that set in there, and that should be plugging into that. Let's go downstairs, and we'll turn on those 2 flux plugs. Set them to the network, and then watch, and then we'll run back upstairs and see how well that is working. Oh, okay. Select the network. Yeah. All right. Let's go see how quickly it's filling up that ultimate energy cell, because that thing's like 1.2 million or 120 million, something like that. Oh my goodness gracious! Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen! That put 102 million FE into that thing in almost 0 time. Zero time in that thing. Let's here. Want to have something else with some fun? Let's take one of these basic storage things and set it down, and then let's go select the network. Scott's network. Look how quickly that fills. That was 1 million FE right there. Holy smokes, this thing is kicking serious butt back here. And it's way overpowered. But I would rather do this now, knowing that we want to get into some other things and everything else. And I haven't turned this last one on yet, so that's not on. And we're not probably gonna turn that on just yet. We'll let the other ones run and call it good. Holy smokes. That thing's crazy. That is stinking crazy. Sorry, I maybe got a little excited there, but yeah, really, really cool stuff. And so I think that that's an awesome way to get started, because we're going to have a lot of power generation that we're going to need. And I think that's a great start. And then we can work from there. And yeah, there's other things in here. But hey, I want to do a couple final things today. And one of them being, we got to do rewards. The second thing I want to do is we've got all these trinkets and all this stinking XP. And we need to start looking at some of those trinkets. So let's open some trinket stuff and hook ourselves up here with, we're going to turn this on. And then I don't even know how to do the trinkets. So let's look at the trinkets. Trinkets. Yeah, open trinket GUI. There we go. I thought I had this on. All right. So the first one, unlock. 24. We can get to 24. Unlock. Come on. There we go. There we go. 24. All right. So I'll turn this off now. But that should have emptied a little bit. Not much. Holy smokes. But in that we could actually look at all these trinkets we got. So, let's turn on the magnet, let's see some of the other ones we can do. We've got all sorts of them. And I don't know a lot about them, but I do know that, it's definitely worth cool. Poison our enemies, fire and mine, the turtle shell. Let's turn that one on. That's pretty good. We can outchant. We'll maybe need that one. Mirrors. See invisible enemies. I don't know if I need that one. Ruby heart. Okay. Broken heart. And the golden tooth. Yeah. So there are some really, really cool ones here. And hitting enemies. I want that one because our buddy T-Fox has that one. He's been hitting me hard with that thing. So he knocks me way out of the way. So yeah. All right. So that's one thing. And then let's go through our quest, because ladies and gentlemen, we have tons of quests. If you didn't notice all the stuff we built over there for that, there's going to require us to look at some serious quest action here. And by the way, I've been working so hard down here. I had to put a bed down here because I've been sleeping. Sleeping in the workshop because it was pretty rough trying to get all that stuff up in there for y'all. But I'm happy with this now. Let's see here. Let's put that up in there. All right, quest time. Here we are. Now we could hit this button and collect everything, but I kind of want to show you everything we've done. So exploration, we got the small crate finally. Flux networks, we did all of those pretty much, minus the controller. Immersive engineering, I did a hammer. Thermal, we've got a magnetic dynamo, the photogenic isolator, which we did, and we upgraded the components. With the mechanism, we bit the gas powered, and then I leveled up an advanced cube to that ultimate cube that we saw, and we made an energized smelter here. And then power, Rue, our buddy Rue, gave us some of the reactors, so that gave us that. Mystical agriculture, because we did our furnace, we got the Prudentian, and then we got the Terrium. If I'm pronouncing those right, it's not. Here we did a ferro lamp. We made our infinity one when we built out everything. We got universal pipes and energy pipes and integrated dynamics. Finally, fluid logics, item moving, and then all that we never actually ever got. So let's see here if we can do this. All right, I just got a whole lot more. So more upgrades. Oh, we got an ender chest. I like that. Flux blocks, perfect. Mob imprisonment tool, winning on that part. Yeah, bronze seeds, quartz seeds. Yeah. Awakened draconium ingot, that's pretty cool. All right, close. Build our inventory so full. Let's make sure we get all that put away here. Why does it sound like my horses are dying up there? All right, here we go. There, item filters. I got storage upgrades here. Those are good. Those are the emerald tier ones too. So look at that. I got 12 more flux cores. I can live with that. That's a win there. Alchemical extender for thermal batteries. The add-on ranges. These stack. Yeah, they do. Okay, we got some seeds. Seeds. All right, boom, boom. Another obsidian boat. I'm about tired of obsidian boats. Hey, I got a mana steel chestplate. That's cool. Wrong one there. Material stone factory. That's another huge win. The flux blocks are big. Yeah, I've been making those. So that's a good thing. The power. I don't know what I did with all that stuff, but that'll go into here. I already had that. Ender chest. I like that. That's a great thing. Look at this side that we got here. Imperium side. That's cool. More seeds. Okay. And let's see. 32 awakened draconium ingots. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. That is a huge one there. Because what does it take to make those? It takes awakened draconium block, which, yeah, you know it. You know that's going to take some stuff. So, that's cool. That's really, really cool, all the stuff we got. So, I'm pretty excited. I really, really am. The way things are kind of, hey, we got some mystical flowers. I mean, I'm sorry. We just got a heck of a lot of good stuff out of that. And by the way, we got more stuff. So let's go ahead and see if we can grab that too. Here, E, right there. And that would have gotten us some mystical agricultural stuff. So let's grab that and compressed sand. Such a letdown at the end. I don't know where I put it. There it is. Oh, that's like 3 times compressed sand. Like, that's the no joke stuff. But yeah, well, we're gonna call it there today. But I wanna run back over to our new building that we got. This was, I apologize for the amount of time between episodes. But this took a long time to do. It took a long time to put all that together for me. And then trying to work too. And then all the crafting. But definitely worth it. Holy smokes, was that worth it. But yeah, I am super excited about all this. And the way things are coming along, really excited. So with that, I want to say thank you. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But again, I do appreciate y'all stopping by. My name's cScot, and we'll catch you all again very, very soon.